Up until the 18th century, trombones were pitched in the German cornet tone or Venetian mezzopunto, where the note A was around for 66 Hz. At that time, tenor trombones were conceived in A rather than in B flat. In other words, in first position the notes were considered to be those of the A harmonic series instead of the B flat harmonic series, which later became the norm. By using a whole tone crook, trombones could be tuned down to core tone or tuono chorista at around for 15 Hz. Also, tuning bits inserted into the mouthpiece receiver could be used to achieve other pitches, such as the so-called tutto punto pitch standard of around 440 Hz. Playing the Renaissance trombone in 440 Hz nowadays is therefore historical, but only if tuning bits are used, so that the instruments can still be conceived their historical keys. Whole tone crooks and tuning bits for different pitches are shown on the well-known plate in Michael Praetorius' Syntagma Musicum. The tenor trombone I use is an exact replica of an anonymous trombone which belongs to the Accademia Philharmonica of Verona and can be dated to around the middle of the 16th century. It was made by Aaron Weiner of Basel. Several features distinguish this instrument from other standard sagbutts which are widely in use nowadays, such as its carefully proportioned dimensions. The bell section, for example, is 2/3 of the total length of the instrument. The stays are flat, unlike the round stays of most modern sagbutts, and can be taken apart. Also, the joints of the instrument are not soldered together, and so they can be taken apart as well. The so-called Anstoß is a fundamental part of any brass instrument made by one of the renowned Nuremberg brass instrument makers. It was used as a basis measure to design the overall proportions of any Nuremberg trombone of the time, and it was always conical. Therefore, a tuning slide, like those found in modern trombones, could not be added into these earlier instruments. Tuning slides first came in use in the 19th century only. Another feature of historical Nuremberg trombones is that only 6 positions exist on the slide, unlike modern trombones and modern sagbutts, which have proportionally longer slides and 7 positions. When playing in 466 Hz and mean tone temperament, the somewhat shorter inner tubes of historical slides are sufficient for performances of music of the time. The only note on a tenor trombone in A that needs a position a bit longer than the 6th modern position, the low B flat, is a high note in mean tone temperament and can perfectly be executed on a slide like this. A significant feature of this replica is that its pitch, with a completely closed first position, equals 475 Hz and is therefore considerably higher than the historical pitch level mezzopunto of 466 Hz. Yet it works perfectly in mezzopunto when using the historical grip, which is actually implied by Praetorius when he recommends the best method to establish a reference pitch for the choir pitch, saying, "I humbly believe that there is no better instrument for finding correct pitch than a trombone, especially those formerly and presently made in Nuremberg. For if one extends the slide by about the width of 2 fingers, it gives in true choir pitch exactly the right and proper tenor A." The historical trombone grip, which can be seen in numerous paintings from the 16th and 17th centuries, was first brought to attention by Keith McGowan and his excellent article in the journal Early Music in 1994. With this grip, a Nuremberg trombone of the time is actually balanced much better than with the modern grip. The hand ends up being closer to the balance point, which on the considerably front-heavy original instruments was further down than on modern ones, and the flat stays are not uncomfortable at all. Furthermore, it's the only way to hold the instrument when a whole tone crook is inserted, and the pitch of the instrument settles neatly at 466 Hz, the main pitch standard for performances of the time, as Pretorius notably pointed out.